Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi.
What's happening? Look at that! Look at Tara and Kai. Now see, now we finally got a show. Now we got something that matters.
We made it.
Yeah, how are you guys?
We're great, yeah. We had a Riverbend this weekend and Forecastle the weekend before, and it's been really awesome.
I can't believe it. That's Tara, you have a grown adult female next to you. How is it possible?
I know. We've been raising her right though, so we're ready.
I mean, when were we at Music Midtown? What, were you 9? 10? How old were you?
10, yeah.
Oh,
She did her first Sunday at Roo at 10, and then this will be her 4th year, so
wow.
We're here.
And still has seen more shows than Brian Stone.
Yeah, I'm keeping the list.
Yeah.
You know this was coming, Brian. Come on, baby.
How are you, beautiful?
I'm fine. I'm glad I was able to make it on time.
Well, you know, just like his radio career, his microphone doesn't work. You can't see him. Nothing about this makes it. What is wrong with you? You're literally sitting in front of a microphone and it doesn't work.
You just told me it's a prop. It's a prop. It's not really there. You can't hear me, you can't.
I can't understand what he's saying. Thank God for the cat, right, Kai? At least there's something interesting on that screen. Yeah. Can we talk to the cat instead?
Hi. Yeah, the guy, yeah. Make some introductions. Who all's here?
And then
Who
we got a
here?
Daniel. And then we got a Daniel.
What's up? Daniel from the Real Roo Bus.
What's happening, buddy?
I'm good. Charlotte might drop in a minute. She just got back to the house a minute ago. Everything is happening. We're trying to get ready and chill at the same time this week.
Are you packed? Are you in? You ready to go? Is the bus going? Is it gassed up?
Pretty much. Yeah, I was just telling them before you jumped on, I'm very thankful that we filled it up last year and haven't driven it much since then when diesel was about $3.50. It's a little over $5 now, so saves.
Wait, are you telling me that you've still got the same gas in it that you started with last year?
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, we topped it off on the way back from Lindsay's Bonnaroo farm, and then just kind of drove just a couple places around town here, so I haven't been far away since then.
I need to consult with my car guy, Mr. Lord Rustaco. Is that okay? Can you keep gas in a car for that long?
Well, he doesn't use gas. He uses diesel.
Well, what? You know what I mean.
Okay, no, I don't know what you mean. I never know what you mean.
Oh,
I didn't know. I didn't tune into car talk. What the heck just happened? When did we go?
Does diesel not expire?
It's making a strange noise when I turn right. You can
had to learn a lot of it.
You can add additives to stabilize the fuel if you're going to keep it in there long term.
Yeah. That's what we
888 Bonnaroo. This is Swap and Shop. What do you want to buy?
What happened? When did we get hijacked?
Sorry, I'm going around the room, Barry. I'm seeing how everybody's life is. I'm worried about his safety.
We got into car talk.
Brian Stone was so mad about the car talk, he hung up.
Honestly, it's better that way. It's better that way without Brian.
Yeah, good move. If that's what it took, good move.
Barry, how are you?
I'm good. I put the shirt on for you.
My man.
And, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but I've been listening to My Morning Jacket all day since we posted our show, or I've listened to it. I'm getting pretty doggone excited. I got a note from Tara today, which is why Tara and Kai are on. They're going to be at Camp Nutbutter. They got their whatever you call them, passes or whatever. So they're coming. Now I'm excited. I'm getting all excited about it again.
Now, Daniel, where are you camping? Do you know your pod yet? Or is that still the day of thing? I forget how they do it out there.
We will be at the group plaza, so we're going to be next to the
that's right.
New tent that they have over there. Bonnaroo's been very kind to let us use their facilities to host Flip Turn and some of the other crazy stuff that we're doing.
Hey, so you tweeted a picture that I saw today about the site, right? The picture of the site. And then there's a couple of things that we noticed about this. Does anything stick out to you?
Yeah, someone posted that on Reddit yesterday, I believe. I don't know where in the heck they got it. But it was clear that it was taken in the past couple of days because that road that comes from Bushy Branch up to the main entrance next to the arch or whatever was paved, and they only did that a month or two ago. There's a couple of things.
But stop you right there. That's the first thing Barry and I noticed.
Yeah.
There is a paved road right through Bonnaroo.
Come such a long way.
Yeah. I mean, did you notice that, Russ? Did you see the paved road that comes right down through, right past the Ferris wheel, all the way down to the to the which stage?
Yeah, but I'm so unfamiliar with the layout that I wouldn't even know, what I'm looking at.
Oh, I've studied it all day.
I know.
Yeah,
No, Barry,
we knew they paved around.
I've only been there twice.
But yeah, and you don't remember half of it. Barry,
Yeah.
You being the paving expert that you are, did it look like the paved road ended like halfway through and turned back into dirt?
That's what I couldn't tell. It just it looked like it went between what I would consider Bonnaroo and the main stage, the west stage area.
It's
where
the
the
dirt road.
bathrooms
It's
and
the dirt road you walk right up to that tent.
Yeah, that comes out of media and all that where
That's
we
right.
usually come out.
That's
so,
right. Yeah.
Which is the one that normally would get wet and muddy and have puddles.
That's right.
So
That's
I was
right.
not unhappy about it.
All right. What else did you notice on the picture, Daniel?
Sorry, I had to hit the mute button because I was over in another tab looking at it. A couple of things. They put out what looks to be a couple of new things out in the campgrounds. I noticed some tents kind of near our area that I don't remember from last time. I'm sure you noticed this too, Brad. They moved the wall.
The hill. I know it. They did it again.
But it definitely looks like they moved the wall in. Charlotte thinks that they did move the hill. We went over there last summer to see the Abbott brothers, and she looked at that and she was like, it does look different.
I know. Hey, this is my suggestion. Get enough mushrooms in everybody. That hill's going to start moving all day. That thing's going to just keep moving. Up, down, around. So I noticed the walls too. Did you do any sort of side-by-side from an aerial photo from years past? Because that seems like something you would do.
I did one of those a couple of years ago just to disprove you about the hill, I thought, anyways. But no.
Well, let's do that again to, in this another topic. No, I'd like to see what it looks like with these walls, because I'm not going to lie, Barry, we've talked about this before during the LCD Pearl Jam year, the greatest year of Brian Stone's existence. We literally walked in and we said, these walls are in closer.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're convinced that they're going to do it again this year with 25,000 tickets sold.
Yeah, they're going to have to. It definitely is in closer. Mm-hmm. Which is, that's what you do. You make it comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I suggest pipe and drape. I suggest put some pipe and drape up. Tara, you got a pipe and drape guy.
Oh yeah, I got a couple. I'll call after this.
Speaking of large pipes, hey Brian, you excited?
Does my microphone work, first of all?
No, of course it doesn't.
But we can hear you.
We can hear you.
I can hear you,
hold
and you
on.
look
How does my
great.
microphone not work yet you can hear me? That doesn't make sense to me. So you can hear me.
It's all God.
I mean, I can hear you, but you're sitting in front of a microphone that is obviously not working.
This is a prop. I don't have a microphone.
You sound like you're in a storm drain.
Speaking of prop, Brian Stone.
Anyway, I'm fine. I'm good.
Why do you even, you literally have not been in radio for this long, you're just playing radio in your basement? Is that what you're doing?
I'm so happy to see you, Brian.
Own it.
All right. Brian, what are you excited about? We're going to be there next week.
Hang on a second. Before you get there, just so you know how Brian is. Brian is he is the episode of Seinfeld where George has the jerk store. Brian is the ultimate jerk store guy. Whereas he will listen and take every piece of abuse you'll ever throw at him, and then as he's driving home, damn it, that's a great line, when it was really the worst line you've ever heard in your life. He is the walking, talking jerk store.
It is true. It's very true, actually.
All right, back to Barry.
Barry, I need a few minutes.
I know.
You know what I do want to say? Brian is probably the only, I know he is, he's the only one in this group who's been to every single one, right?
It's true. Well, I know I have been to every one of them, yeah. The first year, I just was there. I jumped the fence on a Saturday and hung out for the night. So I didn't camp. I didn't know what I was doing. I just heard of this thing. Jam band music was just becoming a thing to me at that time. And but ever since then, I've been there all weekend, every year. I was in love
sitting in your
immediately.
sitting in your car listening to the Shins is not going to Bonnaroo.
That was 1 year.
It was an entire year. It was literally an entire festival.
I was really into the Shins that year.
Tara,
thing.
Tara, hang on, Tara. Do you remember when Bryan sat in his car all day listening to the Shin show, and then he went to the Shin show and he came back? Do you remember what he said?
No, please remind me.
That shit sucked. I'm never going back.
No, I said I'm done with the shit.
I'm done with the Shins.
Done.
It was a phase for 3 days.
All right, so back to what Barry was saying. What are you excited about this year?
Really only 2 that are just pretty excited about. The War on Drugs. I was really hoping to get them on the What stage early. I wanted that sound so bad. Just have to deal with the Witch on Saturday afternoon. And then I've skipped the opportunity to see Tool 3, 4, 5 times in my life. And so this will be the time I make sure to knock that out.
Yeah, remind me when and where. So it's on which? Where's War on Drugs? What time?
7:45 Saturday on the Witch.
I think you're right.
That's going to be a mess. An absolute. Even
you're
with a small crowd, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah, I think that your inclination of like 6 o'clock, 6:30 on the What
That
was
would be-
really sort of ideal for them.
That'd been beautiful.
You remember we were talking about this last week, Barry, and Daniel's felt it a million times. There's just a moment there on Friday, and you hope it's early on Saturday, but you hope it's on Friday, where the right band's on the What, and then the sun's going down, and then the soundscape just becomes Bonnaroo. It is literally the sound of the entire festival, and War on Drugs would have been at Friday evening, 6 o'clock.
Would have been fantastic. And then just a bunch of other stuff that just got little minor highlights. You know, I'll go see Robert Plant and Alison Krauss because it's on the What stage, and that'll sound and be fun, sound good. Lord Huron, everybody loves that band. I guess I need to see what the fuss is all about. And then how about this just for the What stage on Saturday? 21 Savage, then Billy Strings, then Tool. Ever think you'd see a lineup like that anywhere in the world? So I thought that was interesting.
Okay. I know what you're doing here.
What?
I know what you're doing. You're trying to pretend that you know anything about 21 Savage. And you're acting as if, boy, isn't this weird, guys? Tell me something about 21 Savage.
Stop this right now. You know what I know 21 Savage doesn't sound like? Billy Strings and Tool. That's my point. You know what I'm
That's
doing.
fair. That's fair.
I don't know what 21 Savage is.
You do or you don't?
I do not know what it is. Pop, I don't know.
Well, how do you know if it's not? It could be country. How do you know?
I know enough to know it's not country. Stop, Brad.
I don't know about that.
On your schedule, Brian, how many are actually circled as in don't miss? There's
Just
what?
War on Drugs and Tool.
90 to
Just War on Drugs and Tool.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's 90 acts. You're going to see 2.
It depends on the weather.
Let me just be honest with you. If you're listening to this and you have blue hair, run.
Nathaniel Rateliff on the What stage on Sunday afternoon. If I'm around, that'll be fun. I don't have to see it, but that'll be fun. Jude and the Lion on Saturday afternoon.
The fact that you, Brian, I know you. The fact that I do this to him every year. So there is always a band that I tell you have to see. And when have I ever been wrong to you?
You have never been wrong, so give me one this year.
I cannot believe you are poo-pooing a proper poo-poo on Nathaniel Rateliff. You will adore Nathaniel.
I like
he is
him.
more he's more in your lane than any other band that's playing that weekend.
Oh, that's not entirely true, but it's no. I've seen Nathaniel Rateliff. I know I know all about it. It's not must see stuff on a Sunday afternoon. I don't know that I'll be there on Sunday afternoon.
You always make it to the end of Sunday. You know that.
Usually, but
You say
I'm worried about this
morning.
year. This is my life and death of Bonnaroo this year. I'm afraid that my baby's gone. I'm afraid I'm going to walk away very disappointed. I hate to say that.
You know, Russ,
You're not.
Russ, what did we say about Bryan last week when we were trying to explain who Bryan was?
Oh, he hates sunshine, he hates kittens. There's a cat right there. He hates that cat.
He's literally looking at your cat, Daniel, saying,
Yeah.
"You stupid cat. Why does it breathe?
Don't hate on
Why
me.
does it even exist?"
There's so many things that I like a lot. Stop.
Name two,
Oh,
quick.
God.
And blue.
This will be the longest show in the world. What is it, Kai? What are the two?
I said deer and blue-haired girls.
And the
And
order
by the way-
fluctuates.
By the way, to Brian's credit, the last time I ever saw Kai and Brian together, she was putting ribbons in his hair. So I give Brian props for that.
You look
We
great.
did facials that
Yeah,
one year.
yeah.
You look
Last
great.
time I saw me together, we were doing a podcast as well. So
That's right. So good for Brian for that.
Yeah.
But
I'm a
that's
team
funny.
player, man. I'm a team player. I'm
He's good,
taking
Uncle-
grumpy as
Uncle
hell,
Bryan.
but I'm a team player.
Daniel, what are your? We went through our can't misses last week. I didn't do a damn thing. What are yours? Tame Impala in the car. You listening to Tame Impala on the bus over and over?
Close. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, that's a good one. I can't believe that's not on yours, Brian. What in the world is wrong with you?
I'm not familiar. I've only heard the name. It's such a weird band name. I was like, who the hell could that possibly be?
They probably suck.
Is it rock and roll? Is it something I need to listen to?
Yeah, there's this whole subgenre that I've fallen in love with the past couple of years that isn't just Tame Impala. It's like a lot of Australian psych rock bands. So it's Tame, it's King Gizzard, it's Pond, a lot of others. Another one that got introduced to me back at Okeechobee was Ocean Alley. All of those are right up my alley. I haven't seen King Gizzard live before.
It's right up your Ocean Alley. Get it? And I totally get that.
Okay, well,
Write that
that's
down. I
on
haven't, heard
Friday.
I haven't heard of Ocean Alley. Interesting.
That's on
They're a little
Friday. That tent at that's late, 11:30 at night. I'm getting old. I don't know if I can pull that off.
11:30.
You got
Jesus.
plans? Where are you going to be?
11 years old. I'm sitting there at midnight.
I'm not going to be asleep.
11.
I'm not going to be asleep. I'm going to be drunk, or I'm going to be, lost somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
I made a mark right there.
Okay.
You and the other Papa Smurf are going to be chasing blue hairs around.
Yeah, I know.
So I get it.
You never know. Don't make too
get it.
many rock solid plans because it's not going to go through most of the time.
Well, that's exactly right.
All right, so it's
exactly
King
right.
Gizzard. Who else you got?
I'm kind of bummed out that they scheduled King Gizzard right at the same time as Disclosure because that was going to be number 1 and 2 for me. So at best, I can bolt it from King Gizzard and see like 10 minutes of Disclosure. But I'm really looking forward to Flume. A lot of our camp is looking forward to that. Honestly, this Bonnaroo, I'm purposely not trying to like overschedule myself. I'm just going to be there to chill.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
that's a tough ask. Don't overschedule yourself with this Bonnaroo.
But the other big have-to for me is Goth Babe on Thursday night. I have absolutely fallen in love with that band. I saw them at Okeechobee, blew me away. I can't wait to see them at Roo because they're originally from Tennessee, so this is going to be a big deal for them.
It's what Taco's dreaming of is a goth babe.
Yeah, did she have blue hair?
Yeah.
What's the story?
Dashboard mom equals goth babe. I hear you on, especially on King Gizzard, and I think that we mentioned it last week, Barry, about it feels like the biggest conflict would be Disclosure and King Gizzard, right?
Yeah, Daniel mentioned it. Yeah, I think that's it for a lot of us anyway. We'll manage.
Tara, how you feeling about this Bonnaroo?
I keep seeing Kai's head nod. I can't wait to hear.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, I'm sure. But I keep seeing the. Yeah.
Brett, I don't even know what's playing. I don't even know what's going on.
Atta baby.
We're just going.
Honestly,
Just going.
Tara, Tara, that's the best attitude that you can have for Bonnaroo. I don't know who's going to be there. Let's just go.
For me, it's like 60-40. It's like we're there for the music, but we're there for the people, and we're there to have a good weekend and catch what we catch. And Kai will drag me around to see new bands that I don't know about, so I'm excited for that. And other than that, I'm just excited to be in it.
So Barry, I think that you're way up there in the hierarchy of camp, but when it comes to my soul sister, when it comes to decorating and making camp goofy, there's nobody that even comes close to Tara.
That's right.
She's the only one that's going to keep Camp Nutbutter alive this year. She's it.
Yeah, you know it's not going to be me or Russ. We're going to come and hang a towel on a tree limb and call it good.
We'll have the Bonnaroo toaster, and all the decor and facials and we're gonna have a good time. Glitter everywhere, everywhere.
I just hope we're able to all come together the way we're used to. I mean, I don't know how much you guys want to go into that, but I mean, that guest camping is gone, Brad. That's not there anymore. I don't know how much you're.
That's not what I heard. That is not at all.
It's platinum camping. It absolutely is. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Barry, do you want to?
Daniel's shaking his head. Daniel, what do you know, Daniel?
Oh, I just know the same thing that Taco knows. We've been gossiping about that.
I don't know nothing. What do you mean?
You think we're good?
I'm not going on insider information. I've seen it with my eyes. It's platinum.
Okay, Bryan.
Camping.
Okay, Bryan. What do you see with your eyes? Tell me what those eyes see. Those beautiful blue eyes.
Platinum camping is where guest camping used to be. It's like an
based on
like
what?
An ultra VIP. It's based on they sell tickets for platinum camping. I've been back there exactly where we camp, and there's a big fucking sign that says platinum camping. I don't need an insider from CBS to tell me this.
Okay, so you're telling me that in the middle of the field during October, when you drove to the Bonnaroo field, you saw a sign that said platinum camping next to our...
This was September of last year, 1 week after the cancellation. I went to Nashville anyway. And the configuration is the exact same this year from what I can tell. I haven't seen this year's with my own eyes, but why would they not do the exact same thing they did last year when it's mapped out that way still? I'm telling you, I'm not. I don't want to be right. This is awful.
I was looking at a map last night and I couldn't find it. It wasn't on the map.
It's never been on the map, though. It's never been on the map.
Yeah, it always just cuts off in that corner.
By the way,
so look at the map now, Brad. Everybody, pull it up right now. Behind there is now a platinum.
No, there isn't.
Heaven forbid y'all have to come camp in Jersey.
I know. See, this is what
I know, right? This is the thing, Daniel. It's first world problems at the ultimate.
I know. Bryan, if you look at... See, this is what I knew you were going to get to. You're going to bring up the map, and the map is the same. Taco brought this up a couple weeks ago. That's the same map that they used 2 years ago.
No, it's not.
It's the same map. Yes, it is. There's nothing different about it.
What?
And
I'd rather talk about diesel engines.
Yeah.
Can we go back to diesel
I've had to learn a
engines?
thing or two. I can tell you about it.
I mean, honestly, no, I'm actually serious about this. I didn't know that diesel gas didn't go bad.
So it kind of does, and that's why we've been taking
all gas goes bad.
We've been driving the Roo Bus around the block a little bit the past 2 weeks because it had to burn off some of the diesel that gunked up. White smoke comes out the back as if it's announcing the next pope. After I run it for a few miles, it's just fine. So we're good to go. Taco was right. You have to give it a little additive, like right when the weather starts getting cold, so it doesn't get too gunky. But yeah, we're good.
Oh. Okay.
All right, so Kai, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Okay, so this year I'm really excited because it seems like to be like a lot of up and coming artists who in a couple of years you're going to see how much they've changed and it'll be like, I saw them when they were small. So some big artists that I'm excited for are Still Woozy, J. Cole, and just people like that. There's not a lot of big artists this year.
I love Still Woozy, and he's so fantastic.
We missed him at Forecastle the other weekend, and I was heartbroken, so this is my thing. But some smaller artists I'm really excited for are like Flip Turn and the Backseat Lovers. I love the Backseat Lovers.
I love the Backseat Lovers because I was one of the only guys in the country playing that song "Kilby Girl." Talk about a song that fits that Bonnaroo sound so well, Barry. Oh my God, it is almost like the War on Drugs, Bryan. You would like it a little bit, but that song could be the, like, if you made a sizzle reel of Bonnaroo with the sun going down, Kilby Girl would be the song that you choose.
They absolutely
Exactly.
destroyed at Okeechobee. We were on the rail for that, and we absolutely loved it. I can't wait to see them again at Roo.
Yeah. And then one more
So,
band.
Kai, I'm interrupting. This will be how many for you?
How many years? This is going to be my 4th year. It should be my 6th, but got canceled.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll come back. Go ahead with your picks.
One
I'll
other
come
band
back
I
to
want
that.
to talk about is Southern Avenue. They played Riverfront Nights last summer, and they're really one of the smaller bands. They're playing at 1:15, like in the morning. Not in the morning, in the daytime. Afternoon.
That's the morning.
But yeah. So their lead singer, she just has an amazing stage presence, and I love the sound. Lots of happy memories from that band. So it's really impressive to see them going from Riverfront Nights to playing at Bonnaroo.
No kidding. A Riverfront Night Band, huh? Follow it. You weren't alive for this, but that's played Riverfront Nights. I don't know if Tara remembers. That would be the Bare Naked Ladies.
1997.
Yeah. The greatest year of Brian's life.
I have the post
There for that
in
one.
here somewhere.
Everybody has to start somewhere. I'm glad to hear you say that you're looking forward to seeing some of the smaller ones and seeing how they come.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole reason this show started was
Yeah,
Hey,
we've been-
Charlotte. Hey,
Hey,
Charlotte.
Charlotte. Yeah, we've become a tad jaded since then, huh?
Yeah.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Mumford and Sons on the small stage. I mean, that's it's really like one of my favorite things is being able to walk around and see the smaller acts and
That's
see them
right.
grow. I mean, KG Elephant playing Riverbend the other night, and then getting to see them at Rhythm and Brews, and then at Bonnaroo, and then just
Yeah.
watching these artists is special.
Well, look, I mean, I still never forget the time that we stumbled upon this little band in a cafe called Black Keys. And the only reason I went there was because I confused them with another band that was playing and had a similar name, and I was like, I don't know who these guys are. And then the next year they're on the Witch, they're on the this tent, and then that tent, and the Witch stage, and then headlining, on the What stage. Hey, Kitty, look, there's a cat for Brian to hate.
I like cat.
How are you, Charlotte? Who are you excited about? You ready? You ready to go?
Yes, I'm very excited to see Goose.
It's Goose.
You and I both the show last year, right? The virtual show that they did. That's when I first heard about him. Yeah, that blew me away, and I think you were the same.
We all
so.
simultaneously texted each other watching that, saying, "Who is this?" And they're
Yeah,
incredible.
this is terrific.
Her and I were so happy
Yeah.
that King Gizzard and Goose didn't have a conflict. We feared that for months.
So Goose and who else?
Goose and Zach Bryan.
Yes. Yep. We're excited. about that.
Somebody's going to have to. Is Zach Bryan the country guy?
Yes, very good.
Okay. Did I miss him on the lineup, Barry? We haven't talked. I don't think we've even said his name out loud.
That's a new one. Good for you.
He's
No,
been
we
preaching this
didn't.
guy for
Good for
like a
you.
month now. Yeah.
I've been preaching him for like 2 months.
Oh,
He is
sorry.
amazing.
Yeah, he's got a really cool story
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Yeah, husband Joe loves that.
How's Joe?
He's good. He's excited to spend his Father's Day with us at the
That's
farm.
something that we actually haven't talked much about, Barry. Every year this falls on Father's Day, and you tell me if I'm wrong about this, but there's always a time inside Father's Day where I feel as though you guys get really emotional.
Well, I don't know
come
about
on.
that.
Brandy
I mean-
Carlisle put all of you guys on your knees.
Oh well, that
bawling.
was pretty strong. That was pretty strong. And then not only her talk or her comments about her wife, but then Jeff Cuellar came up with his kid, remember, and gave
Key to the City or something.
Brandy the key to the city. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
But I feel like there is something special. Oh, I'm sorry. The father of the group wants to talk. Brian, yes,
I was
please.
gonna say-
Father
I was
Father
going to say,
Stone.
I haven't spent
As
Father's
an
Day-
expert father of many children, what is your perspective here on Father's Day at Bonnaroo?
I haven't spent Father's Day with my dad in almost basically 20 years. So I got to
So
cool that.
what? So what? You hate your family. What do you
I
care?
don't like him that much, no, but I mean, he's still my dad.
Yeah. Well,
I
to go
don't
back
hate
to
them that
Joe,
much.
Yeah, it's not
to go back to Joe, in our camp we always have, if I don't have the tool, Denson does or
Oh, yeah.
Joe does.
Mm-hmm.
So we're always pretty
I love
set.
Joe.
Yeah. Between the three of us, we could pretty much build a house if we had to.
Joe's my guy because Joe literally could build my house and has come over to save my house when Barry doesn't answer the phone. But
exactly.
I'll tell you, the reason why I suggested a couple weeks ago on Bonnaroo Do and Don't is because of Joe. I suggested bringing the yoga wheel. And I thought it was something that we just it's too dopes. We just use it. Nobody else is going to use it. But tell them how Joe reacted to the yoga wheel.
He loved it. He bought like 17 of them.
No, but we have 17 yoga wheels. They're now art pieces in our home. No, he did. He fell in love with that yoga wheel, and he bought one, and he uses it all the time. And Joe gets excited about some things, but the yoga wheel is definitely it's competing against us sometimes.
It is a game changer when your back is racked after a day at the festival. It will change everything when you go to sleep and when you wake up in the morning. Barry, I don't know if you could do it, but it might help. It might help.
Yeah, it might. I want to ask Kai, because you've been there. You were 11 when you went to your first.
10, yeah.
10. So Brad and I are 16. Brian's been to every one. Taco's been to 2. Daniel, you guys, are going on 6 or 7
It would be a decade
now, right?
if we had the past 2 years. We started 16. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So, but we're all, old people. What's it like having basically grown up attending these festivals?
It's always been like such an interesting experience because when I was that age, there was really no one my age around. I would always kind of resent my mom for that, be like, where are all the kids? But it's also a really cool experience because I get to tell all the adults around me, yeah, I've been to Bonnaroo more than you. So, yeah, I loved playing beach volleyball in the Bacardi place. I would do that for hours on end and get so sunburnt. And then I would just go check out all the shows. Like, I remember seeing Callie Uchis when she was on one of the This or
Good
Oh,
That
pick.
events, and now she's like on the Minions soundtrack. So.
Listen, follow Kai's recommendation. The girl's got an ear. But the other thing she said was people at your age. Luckily, someone your age has just joined us. Jake from RooHamm.
Hey, Jake.
Hello.
I'm sorry. What game did we pull you out of? What is that gaming chair you're in? Last time we saw you, your apartment was empty and had no furniture. Now you've spent all your money on this gaming chair.
That is a lie. There was furniture, and I believe this.
It was a beanbag chair. You were sleeping on Ham's cans, kid.
That would be the life. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello. I'm doing good.
How you
We're
doing,
excited. Every day at work's been rough just because that's all we're thinking about is Bonnaroo. So, we're excited to get back to the farm.
Yeah, I've been listening to you guys, and obviously Daniel too, and to be honest, last week I was sort of, but now after listening to all the different shows and everything, and realize it's going to happen. I'm pretty excited.
Other thing too that
everything feels like it's back to the way it, was. Where, as far as like work, like today I picked up the laptop, that I'm going to use. So everything's starting to get back into the routine. I guess what I'm trying to say.
We need it. Need to get
there's no question.
I think the thing that Barry, the part that I started to get jealous of is we were going through the lineup, and that's the part that didn't really bother me. The thing that got me was like, oh man, this bad lineup means I'm going to get to hang out with everybody and kick Bryan in the nuts a little bit more. That's what I missed the most.
That's why I was so excited when I got a text from Tara today. Said, "Hey, we're going to be there." Now it feels like Nutbutter is going to happen, so I'm excited.
Oh,
Jake, we've asked everybody who you most excited.
I would say Denzel Curry is probably one of the most hype acts, I'm a massive Porter Robinson fan, so that's going to be probably my show of the weekend. I've already seen him, but on the farm, that'll probably be pretty special. And I have recently gotten into King Giz, so I am excited for that as well.
All right, so he likes drugs.
I gotta tell you, I went and saw your boy Porter down at Okeechobee, and I was freaking blown away. I'm gonna be at that show too. It was so fun.
It's a sick set, yeah. His visuals are insane, and his newest album is awesome. I feel like if you're not super into EDM, he's a good starting point, just because his newer stuff is a lot more melodic than I think most EDM is. Much more of like a pop album, so it's good stuff.
Barry, this is why
I'm glad
we
you brought
just need
that.
to pack it in and retire, and let the new kids
we're
come
old.
through and start taking this over.
I'll gladly
because
take it over.
We have never once described a set as a 6 set.
No. But I'm glad Jake brought that up, and I'm glad he's on here, because that's a lane as you just said, we're probably not going to talk about with any knowledge.
I don't talk about anything with knowledge. What are you talking?
First of all, well, that's a good point. So Jake, go ahead. I mean, what are some of the other shows? I mean, we've talked about the fact that Bonnaroo is sort of dedicated, the other to EDM. What are some of the shows that people should go see? Because you obviously know more about it than we do. You guys are doing your own EDM set on Friday night. What are some of the other sets that people should go
Set
see?
the Sky's pretty good. I would say he's sort of along the same lines as like Elenium.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Said the Sky.
Okay.
Said the Sky. He's pretty good. Obviously, Elenium's great. LP Giobbi is super good. Kind of a chill EDM set.
Let me just interrupt, Brian. It's not on your list.
Continue.
It's nowhere on your
I
list.
like how he's consulting the page and said,
It's right
It's
next
nowhere.
to What's Savage. On Bryan.
I'm sorry, Jake.
those
Go ahead. I just
those are
had
probably
to.
the bigger highlights. I'm gonna get to know Lane 8 because that's the only thing going on at 3 a.m. So that'll be fun, I guess. And then obviously Flume, a big one there. And I was also say like Closey is pretty good too.
It doesn't sound as though that you have a problem with this lineup, then, huh?
I mean, it's not great. I think there's a lot of undercard acts that like Parker and I are pretty into. If there were some of those big acts I talked about earlier, like no Porter, I know for Parker he's big into the chicks, no chicks. It'd be a pretty bad lineup, I think. But there's enough stuff each day that we're into. I know our camp personally is really into this lineup. A lot of the EDM picks like Suicide Boys is really huge in our camp. So there's enough here that'll keep me busy. I mean, obviously we're in that the mindset of it doesn't really matter what the lineup is. This year more than any is testing that a little bit, but it's still good enough, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is nobody going to bring up Herbie Hancock?
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's for sure.
Yeah, that too, There's
I mean, I
some
love
stuff
Herbie
here.
Hancock. That's the one that Barry keeps pointing to. And again, we said this last week. I know the RooHamm kids, don't see anything that's over the age of 26 years old, but they, you don't have these opportunities to see these people very often or ever again. We've gone through this enough where we'll see a show. Who was the guy that it wasn't Solomon Burke, but it was an old 60s soul guy that his last show was at Bonnaroo. You just don't get these. No, it wasn't Charles Bradley. No, I'll look it up here in a second. But you guys, you don't have these opportunities very often, and the best example is John Bryan. So if you have an opportunity to see one of the greatest of all time, no matter how you feel about them, just give it some space, give it some time. What else are you doing? Drugs, I know. Drugs.
Kai, what do you think about that?
Think about Herbie Hancock.
No, yeah, legacy acts like that. Are you? I mean, your parents have done a great job, obviously, of introducing you to music. Are you? I mean, is that even on your radar, your mindset to know about these guys?
I think that a big part of Roo is my mom is also the one dragging me to some shows, and some of the shows she's taken me to, like I've discovered an artist I love. So yeah, I like trying to see as many shows as possible, trying to find like anything that interests me, and just like focusing on it and listening to it all the time.
Like I'm gonna force her to go to Tool.
Yeah,
you know?
she's gonna make me go to Tool, just like she made me go to what was the one place? It was like really late at night, and they had the.
It was Gore.
Oh. It was Gore. It probably was Gore.
But
no, it was
Lionel Richie.
it was Little Dicky.
Little Dicky is the one that she tricked me into.
Oh, that was
That
terrible.
show was rough.
And
God, it was the worst show
That was
ever.
awful.
oh my word, what have I
loved
done?
It. It was so funny.
The worst show ever.
So funny.
Japanese
I mean,
breakfast was
look,
better than Little
I
Dicky.
forever had this. I forever had this theory that if you are seeing a band where the lead singer's got to take his shirt off at any point in the show, they really don't have anything. He took his pants off and showed his dick. So if my rule goes for the shirt, imagine
like blown up penises, like floating
Flying through the air, hitting people in the head.
It was great.
We were
It
right
was-
up front.
I was
It
like 12 years old. It was
It was
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah. My mommy award bucket.
Yeah.
Brian's now looking at his schedule, wondering where the giant flying penises are.
No, I'm looking at the
I
site map.
thought you said it was a
and gonna
bad
you
show.
Platinum camping here, and just whenever you want to see it, just let me know.
That's where they are. That's where they are.
Very look.
Stone
There,
found
you
'em.
know where Platinum Camping is. What you're looking at is right behind the wall where the comedy tent was, Brian. They do not and never have, never once have ever put the woods on the map ever. They've never put where we camp on the map at any
That's
point
true.
because it doesn't exist in the Bonnaroo world. So whatever you see on the map is a created map that doesn't. They also don't put the trash section in there, Brian. There's parts of the map they just do not include.
I've seen it with my own eyes, Brad.
Okay, Brian. Okay.
Anyway, Jake, we're gonna get back to
He
Diesel
didn't
talk
get to
here in a
hear
minute.
that.
I was watching. I was pissed that I missed Diesel
You
talk.
were gonna-
I could
you
have added
missed
so
that.
much to that conversation.
Hey, go ahead. I'm all in. I'm all in on some diesel talk. I know nothing about cars, so I have dumb
right,
guy
so-
questions about it. Like, for instance, hang on a second.
Jake,
I got
y'all
one
have,
important car question. Taco, what's in your cabinet?
You gotta wait till the glow light goes off before you.
Taco,
start
what's
if
what's
that's
in
your
what's in your cabinet today? Yeah.
What's in the cabinet?
Oh, I don't. But you needed to do the
Blue
thing.
ribbon.
I wanted to see the thing.
Was this like,
Oh,
hey,
you want-
celebrity, what's in
well,
your
it's
over
fridge
here, but-
gig?
I'll do it.
Fish?
I'll do it. Here.
Nobody knows that reference.
Jake, you guys have like
I
what
think it's
40
I think
people
it's
coming
35,
in your
like
group?
36, something like that.
Yeah, and I know you guys have talked a little bit because we've talked a little bit, but are you guys at all? I mean, the numbers. Does it bother you at all?
Not really.
You
I mean, I
worried
wasn't
about?
there in. Yeah, I wasn't there in 2016.
Still gonna be great,
Parker
right?
was, and he talks about how nice it was to have a smaller amount of people. Obviously, I wouldn't want it to be so low to where it feels dead, because I do think you could hit a certain point where the vibes are kind of affected because it just feels like no one's there, and especially if they start to like close in the farm or Bonnaroo in any way. But ultimately, as long as it still feels like Bonnaroo, I'm not going to super mind, and I'm not going to care if I can get a better spot at a headliner show.
It was a little
Right.
weird in 2016. I
Right.
remember we were out and about in Bonnaroo at like 2 a.m., kind of close to Snake and Jake's, and it just felt empty. I forget who was playing, but it was at that tent. It felt like there was only like maybe like 200 or 300 people there. It's going to be weird. I've been telling people I'm not so worried about it being like 30K or whatever the number is or whatever, because it's going to be the most dedicated people. So it kind of feels like it's going to... 2016 was a great year because of that. Like, it's always a good crowd. Never not great. But, like, there was just something in the air that year because it was mostly a population of the people that were hardcore into it. And I'm kind of excited about that being the deal again this year.
Yeah, it does. It
Amen.
does. It does seem to be set up as though it's going to be the VIP of Bonnaroo. You know, it's like the hardcore guys that are all in on it no matter what, and that does create a better sense of community than sort of the fist fights you get at Lollapalooza.
That's very true.
Yeah, no,
I got to run, boys and girls.
That's a good
See
point.
everybody.
Like I said,
Oh, what are you doing? Going to build some sort of...
Daniel,
What are you
always
doing?
good to
Building
see you in a week.
NASA tunnel or something? What are you doing? What are you
If you want
doing?
to talk work, I can talk work. We got the Artemis mission coming up later this fall.
Oh, of course, the Artemis mission. Who didn't know about that?
They're doing testing. Yeah.
No, he's got to go get
Hey,
diesel.
does the space shuttle run on diesel?
Brad, the space shuttle hasn't run in 15 years.
Oh, damn it.
That's what the Artemis rocket is. It's going to be the next moon rocket. They're testing it this month, and we're going to have boots on the moon again in probably about 4 or 5 years.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll see you there.
But I'll see you guys later. Good to hang with you.
See you, buddy. Good seeing you.
Excited to see you in a week.
Okay, Brad, what's your car question?
Now we're on space shuttles. Hold on a second.
What's the best thread on a tire?
You never know what
Under
you're going
ideal
to get.
conditions, diesel
Never know
fuel
what
can
you-
be stored between 6 and 12 months. So there's your answer.
Good. All right.
There you go.
All right, good. Fantastic.
We got excited, Jerry.
Very excited about that. Okay. Thanks, Brian.
You're welcome.
You know,
That's awesome.
the amount
That's
that you
awesome.
contribute, it always is unparalleled.
I have another question for Kai. Do any of your friends
I'm sorry.
want to go?
Any of my
Do any of your friends want to go? And do you have any friends that you would want to go with you, or would they get in your way?
I can't answer. No. There are a couple.
You don't have to name names.
Yeah, I won't name any names. There are a couple
Lindsay.
people that I know that are going, and really close, really close. No, there are a couple people that are going, and I'm not excited if I run into. And there are a couple people that want to go that I would not want to go, and there are a couple people that do that I want to go. And I guess that's just kind of how it is. Our friend Finley, we're trying to get her to go with us.
If you have any more passes, we would like to get one more teenager in. There we go.
But yeah, I think that like the past couple of festivals, Riverbend was like a really big one because it's mostly teenagers. Not this year so much, but I really enjoy having like a friend around to go hustle around and see everything we can, so mom's not having to tag along with me everywhere.
And she's getting to the age we've been teaching her right. You know, it's like be careful in the pit, stay hydrated. We're getting to that point where she knows the farm well enough. You know, Jake, I don't know what your age range is, but if there's any cool...
Don't give him any ideas. Don't give him any ideas. He's gonna
Jake's like,
he's gonna get liquored.
Okay.
He's gonna get liquored up on hams underage. I know it.
We don't quite have teenagers, but it's still a younger group.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, someone to trash on
our whole
Machine
group will
Gun
do
Kelly
that with
would
you,
be
so.
nice, but I could probably find that next to you.
there you go. See, we're all connected.
Yeah.
Jake, of the 30 or 40, how many percentage-wise have been before? Are they? I mean, I'm particularly interested. How many are new? I mean, did you guys talk it up, and you got a whole bunch of new people,
like
or are these all
60% are new.
veterans?
Vast majority of them are new. We had a couple people who went to like Fake Roo last year, so they were going to Bonnaroo, and then it got canceled, so we did other stuff. So they kind of got a sense of what Bonnaroo would be sort of like, because we went to one of those alternate Roo things. But yeah, most are new. A lot of them have festival experience, though. They go to like Electric Forest or Lost Lands and stuff like that. So not completely new festival goers.
So y'all, you guys are a great person to ask the question, and I know you talked about it a little bit on your show, because we did too, is why maybe the numbers are down. I mean, did people sort of lose the vibe? Did they lose the mojo because of what happened the last 2 years? But I mean, if you've got 30 or 40 people coming, especially 60% that are new, sounds like you guys have hyped it up enough.
It was mostly us convincing on the camping side, because the lineup I don't think did it for a ton of people. Most people who are going have like one artist that they want to see. I think for the people who normally go with us who didn't go this year, it came down to money and the lineup, which I think is both those things go together. I mean, obviously we're not in a great economy, with inflation and gas prices and stuff. And so if you have less money to spend and you can only go to one festival, and that one festival has a mid or lower tier lineup, in your opinion, you're either going to go somewhere else or you'll spend it on local shows. And so I think I know a lot of people, that's the case. They have less PTO, they have less money, so Bonnaroo's just not where they're going.
Are most of the people you're going with from where you're in Minnesota, right? And Jake,
Parker.
Oh God, RooHamm A. Oh God, Parker. Sorry, Parker. RooHamm.
Yeah.
He's in Iowa. So, are
Big fans, by the
are
way.
you guys? Are you guys in the same? Is all the friends from the same city?
No,
or
we have
are they from everywhere.
A couple from Minnesota, a couple from Iowa, a couple from Colorado, New York, a couple other states, I think. Not super sure on.
Okay. Now, when they get there, because you said you had to convince them to go, do you feel any pressure when they get there to make their, be the entertainment for the weekend?
I mean, I think because most of them have been to festivals, and camping festivals, they'll be ready to kind of make that fun. So no, I don't think so. I think because when I went with Parker for the first year, I didn't know what to expect, and within 2 hours, I was having an amazing time. So it does not take long once you're in Bonnaroo to start having fun, especially that Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because most of the time when I invite somebody to Bonnaroo, the first job I give them is they have to run the door for Bryan Stone's campsite. Because you don't know how many people are coming in and out of that tent. Where did he go?
I don't know. I think there's something special about that, bringing in when you've got somebody who's their first year. This will be 16 for me, and when I hear you've got that many new folks coming, I automatically am like, okay, after this, we're going to connect. I want to come hang out with all of them.
Well, yeah, but that's yours. So, I'm just sitting here thinking, now I'm so glad you and Kai are coming because I'll have somebody to talk to because I'll never see Bryan and Russ once we get there.
But good thing that he can't hear because he's making a shitload of racket. Of course, it's all about Bryan.
And he's gone.
Oh, God, it's probably better that way.
We're going to camp together, but I'll never see him.
Yeah.
Meet up front, yeah.
We are going to Wizard Staff. Yes, absolutely.
Is that what you call it?
I would hope not. I would really hope not.
Yes.
Careful, we got children.
I'm sorry, Jake. I didn't mean to offend you.
Sorry, Jake. Sorry, Jake.
That was a good one, Brad.
I'm so sorry. There you go.
No, real quick. So
I'm sorry, Kai. I didn't mean it like that.
A Wizard Staff. You take a beer and you drink it. You get another beer. You stack it on top. You duct tape it up, and then you drink that beer, and then you take another beer and you stack it on top there. And then, by the time you get 6 or 7 in, you've got a really long Wizard Staff that you're consuming all your power from.
There you go. See, Kai, there is much to learn.
I was taking notes.
Man, when you drink shitty beer, you really got to come up with clever ways to keep drinking.
I don't know about shitty bread.
Okay. Speaking of shitty, Bryan Stone's back. Speaking of shitty, Bryan Stone's back. All right.
Yes, I'm back.
There he is. He's back. Jake, when are you guys getting there?
Wednesday. We'll get there probably Wednesday, morning-ish.
Russ is leaving in the morning.
I'm already here.
Tomorrow morning.
Tara, when are you guys?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Tomorrow morning. It doesn't open till late next week, but he's leaving tomorrow.
We'll be heading out Thursday afternoon.
All right, Bryan, what are you looking at?
I don't know. I got the whole week off. I can do whatever I want. I'm gonna let it feel it out.
He's really good at that, by the way. Whenever he's got,
Well, I suggest that.
it's just.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I suggest that you go early, and then get our camp spot ready, and Platinum Camping / get camping. You can text me and let me know where we're at.
So
we're not going to be in Platinum.
So
Camping.
for anybody doesn't understand what happens here, and Jake, you don't know this either, but what would normally have happened right about now is whenever the schedule comes out, we get the whole campsite together. And we do sort of a planning meeting where we go through the schedule, we find out what everybody's exactly like this, and then it always ends up the exact same way, us all just making fun of Bryan. So that's essentially what you're a part of, Jake. You get to,
I'm honored. Honestly.
And then we make Dad pick up the bill.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of that. So.
Dad, you've gotten out of picking up the tab for the last 4 years now. You owe me.
Getting quicker.
Getting quicker.
Getting quicker. All right, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited.
Good looking year.
What about Stevie Nicks? Does that do anything for anybody?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's another legacy act. Yeah.
Sounds like an overwhelming response.
Sure. It's.
I think like the whole Camp Festival lineup. Have you noticed everybody's saying, I'm going to not overschedule too much this year. I'm going to kind of take it easy.
Hey, you got to spin it however you want to. I can't imagine how many acts Denson's sing. Is Denson going?
Well, speaking of,
so.
Jake, you will be the best person to answer this because you guys are going to be out there with 30 people. What are the chances you never make it into Bonnaroo?
Oh, low.
What are the chances everything is happening so great out there that you just never leave?
I mean, low, because I know especially me and Parker, we see quite a few shows during the weekend, but every year Bonnaroo seems to be adding more and more to essentially keep you out of Bonnaroo. I mean, I don't know if any of you went to Where in the Woods the previous year, but that's incredible. Like, I could spend a good amount of my weekend there, and I intend to this year. So that plus the plaza shows and stuff like that, you could spend a good amount of time outside of Center and still have a really, fun weekend. But yeah, we'll be in there. There's plenty of stuff we want to see.
Now, Barry asked
have
that.
you even looked
Barry,
at the
Barry,
schedule, or is that a game
asked that
day
same
thing?
question to Brian Stone. Okay.
Oh, I already know the answer. He was gone. I said, Brian, once we get there, I won't see you again till next week or 2 weeks. We'll be camped next to each other, but I'll never see you.
We'll see. We'll be lost because we won't have a campground and we won't know where we're going.
I know that Paul Cawthon is playing out there, right? At some
I'm
point.
gonna go see him. Yeah,
That's gonna be a really great show. He is so much fun.
he is.
Now, for those who don't know, I mean, Tara knows all this because she ran a music venue in Chattanooga. Are you still doing that?
No, I left during the pandemic and changed gears. I'm still doing a little show rep work on the sides, but for the most part, I'm
But you
just
keep
a
your finger on the
concert goer
pulse.
now.
You know what the hell's going on around there. All
Oh
right.
yeah, we know what's going on.
Hey, speaking of which, the reason I have this up here and I wanted to brag, this guy right here, Mike Dewar, and this guy, Chris Cobb, booked the Riverbend Festival, which just happened this last weekend, and it was terrific.
Yeah, it was.
And I wanted to give them a shout out.
I don't know.
They
We've
did
had
an
Chris. Hang on.
amazing job. And this guy right here is a chick.
We've had Chris on the show before, but the thing about
if you don't remember, that's one of my favorite
the thing about
stories
Chris,
from our camp.
the thing about
That's a
Chris though
chick.
is that he also books Live on the Green. We have a large amount of people who live in Nashville. He does the Live on the Green show too. Yeah.
And Exit
So-
In, yeah.
It was.
But I just want to
It was.
give them a shout out. Riverbend went really, really well. It was a great lineup, and they did a tremendous
right.
job. And those are Camp Nutbutter.
Okay, so
That's our
because we've never
camp,
done this,
so
we
I
have
just
never
wanted-
once done this on the show. Please tell the infamous "That's a Chick" story, Barry.
Oh, I should do that. So, all of those faces are on these giant heads that Brad had made for
Brian's
everybody.
actually Brian, get
We
yours
now
in
have one
ready.
for Russ.
Brian, get you ready and bring it in.
Brian's is right. Yeah. And so we were camped next to a couple of girls who spent the entire time on some sort of drug. I don't know what. But on a Saturday night, they came over and thanked us for having our lights and all that stuff, because that's how they found their way home, which we've talked about, finding landmarks and all that. And they, and they went around and they finally realized, oh, all of these faces on these giant heads are you guys. So that was funny.
She literally
And
went
then they
from
looked
head to
around
head to head to person, and
to head.
it's like that's you,
Yep.
and then Brian was literally sitting in front of
Then
his
she
head,
looked at this one.
just
in
like
the
that,
same
just
hat.
like he's sitting, just like that.
Just like that. And she said, that's a chick. And we're like,
He's
no,
literally sitting right in
that's
front of you.
him.
Yes.
No, that's a chick.
I put on some weight.
Brian's
What do I say?
It was the eyes, man. They were penetrating.
Yeah.
These things are almost 10 years old. It was 2013, I believe.
Yeah.
It was, if I remember right.
Yeah. It was so funny, though, because he's like, I'm sitting right here. No.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Not a,
Brian.
not
By the
a
way,
chick.
all designed by
It was
the
funny.
man who also designed the interlude music of this podcast, Mr. Nick Turner, who is also on
That's
that
right, Nick
big
Turner.
board of yours back there, right there in the middle, right next to me.
Yeah.
Before she left, she pointed at
He's a
Mike
good-looking
and
man.
said, that's a good-looking man. If you want to come see me later, come
I think
by."
that kept Mike alive another 3 years. I think that kept him going for a minute.
It was a pretty good night, pretty funny, but that's a chick.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I hate that I'm gonna miss
So-
you all. I hope you're already planning. By the way, Barry, yet again, this is my second city that I've lived in since I've left you, and Bryan will have seen me more times than you have.
Oh, I've told you the map that I have hanging up on the wall of all the pin places that I've never
Keeps getting
visited.
bigger and bigger.
It just
'Cause
keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Bryan's coming up.
I got
Taco,
pins
I'm sure will be
everywhere.
coming up soon enough. Because he's a big city kid. Yeah, I
I'm
know.
not going to New York.
I hope Tara comes, and
In August, I
I
can't
know,
wait.
and then I hope that Jake can get his parents to let him out of the house sometime.
I'll sign my permission slip.
Thanks,
don't you
buddy.
worry.
So yeah, I'll miss all of you.
Kai, what else? I want to ask Kai. I want to give Kai a chance. What did we not ask you?
What did we not ask me? God.
Cool kid.
Not ask.
Tara, you've done great.
Thank you. Y'all have done great helping me out.
Yeah, it's been a great experience getting to sit and guest with you guys and look down on all the GA people.
That's not what we do. You're not supposed to tell them that.
Created a monster.
You said we might be going GA.
That's
You
right.
said no.
That's a good point. You
Kai,
need to
have you
know
ever
you're
have you
kind
ever
of
stayed in
One
spoiled.
year-
GA? Have you ever stayed in
It's
GA?
not always like this.
I've been in there once.
No,
Once.
In
No.
there once.
It's a rough area.
We rode up
Snake
It's
pit.
rough.
things.
we didn't even stop.
I got my face painted.
We just rode we let the guy drive us on the little bicycle things.
This is making Jake sick to his stomach.
GA for life.
I know. Many
I'm jealous. I think GA and
It's where-
group camping, what you got, is going to be
It's a
awesome.
lot more.
Yeah, we're hoping so.
I'm gonna.
that
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Jake, what do you have to say? What do you want to add?
I'm excited to see. Let's see here, 3/4 of you, and plus Tara and Kai, and
you're
yeah, it's gonna
obviously
be a good
you're
year.
excluding the one that you're excluding is of course Bryan.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. You're breaking our hearts, Brad.
I know.
But yeah, it's going to be a good year. I mean, smaller attendance isn't a big deal. It's going to be Bonnaroo either way, and so we're excited to give group camping a shot, and yeah, just be back. We can't do another cancellation or a postponement.
Wait,
it's gonna.
so hang on a second. Am I an idiot? Have you guys not done group before?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, we just done GA. No, like last year we did. I think we had like 15 people, who were gonna go and they're canceled. And then the year before that it was like 10 or 12, and then it was me and Parker in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Super fast, explain the group camping, because I actually don't know exactly how it
It's
works.
like there's a podcast dedicated to this, Bryan, that you could have listened to. I don't know, 1, 2, 3 of them, 4 of them. I don't know how many there are now.
Why did
You
you ask
see,
me
when
to
you have friends,
As his head collapses to the ground.
The cat knocked the head over. That's awesome.
I honestly don't
That's
know how
awesome.
group camping works.
I mean,
It's
just
as
the
if
first
he
year,
can't figure
so
out how the name works. It's literally group camping.
yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, you basically have to have, I think, 24 or 25 people, and then once you hit that threshold, you'll sign up on the website. You pay like $50, I think it was per person, and then Bonnaroo gives you like essentially a plot of land, kind of in group camping. And so instead of having to drive in and go through security and then just be brought to a random area, they have it ready for you, so you can
Okay,
show up at
all
any
right.
point and they'll take you.
It's really beneficial, Bryan, for like if you come by yourself. Mm-hmm. You know,
Listen, the entire
you,
post
you don't
is
know
group
anybody.
Camping. It's a bunch of group of people together. I didn't know exactly how it was
Well,
coordinated.
they bundle you together. You're guaranteed,
Yeah.
so you could come in on Thursday,
Gotcha.
Friday, whatever, and you're
And you got to have
with
25 or whatever more. Sorry to ruin the show. Jesus Christ, Brad.
I wish you. I wish you
Hey,
would. I wish you
speaking
would have led
of
with
speaking
that.
of while we're all here, we should all congratulate Bryan on
Oh
winning
yeah!
the World
Congratulations!
Series.
Yeah, you single
Wow.
handedly. Yeah, good work,
Way to go,
buddy.
Bryan.
good job.
Yeah. Way to bring
Brought it
that
home,
trophy
my-
to
my
Atlanta,
man.
Bryan.
What was your
Well
What was your
done.
ERA in those 2 games you pitched?
I forgot.
All right.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
it. I
and
know
by
you're
the way,
proud.
so the last episode, Bryan was supposed to be a part of it, but no, he chose hardware over coming to hang out with us. No, he needed to go see a trophy that he could have very well just driven down 90 miles and seen it at the ballpark. No, he needed to see it.
I'm not going to apologize for this. I'm not going to apologize for this.
Was it Nightfall?
It was at Riverbend.
It was the next day.
Nightfall too.
Riverbend.
Oh, they had Nightfall Friday.
Well, Taco,
Well done.
how many
Proud for you.
PPRs is that? How many did we get through today?
That's 3.
That's chump change.
It's rookie numbers.
Good start.
Mary, you heard the same
It's a
thing.
good start.
It's not a
We'll
good
have to get
wizard
those numbers
staff.
up by Bonnaroo.
Yeah.
It's not a good wizard's thing.
All right, well,
It's so funny.
Camp
All
Nutbutter.
right, can't wait to see
Camp
y'all.
Nutbutter, I miss you
Kai,
already.
thank you.
I miss you already.
Tara, thank you.
And
Guys.
Tara,
Jake,
Kai.
so glad you joined
Tara,
us.
Kai, I'm
Yeah,
so
me
glad
too.
to see you guys. I missed your faces. Tell Joe I said hello, and he might need to come over and help fix the fence here soon. Taco, nice
Yeah.
shirts.
Let us know.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jake,
Yeah.
I appreciate the trumpet mustache that you're going for.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
It's like you've just been playing the trumpet too hard, you know? It's not even a real facial hair. And then Brian Stone, who, has gained a few pounds. All right.
Love you, Brian.
That's a chick, Barry.
That's a
Goodbye.
chick.
Guys, I
That's a
miss you.
chick.
I miss you so much. Have
Yeah.
fun.
See you guys in a week.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Consequence Podcast Network.